There once lived a woman named Olivia. She was 35 years old and the devoted mother of two wonderful children, her daughter Emma, who was 11, and her son Ethan, who was only 7. Her children were her entire world. She loved them more than anything else in life. But life had never been kind to Olivia. She lost her mother when she was still a young girl, and a few years later, her father passed away as well. Then came the heartbreak that nearly shattered her completely. After 12 years of marriage, her husband walked out of her life. At that time, their son Ethan was just 2 years old. Her husband told her he no longer loved her and simply left. He never looked back, never called, never sent a single penny for support. It was as if he had erased her and the children from his life entirely. From that moment on, Olivia was utterly alone. She had no family to lean on, no grand house, no savings. Just a small rented apartment in Chantiview and 2 children who depended on her for everything. Every month was a struggle, paying the rent, buying food, trying to make ends meet. Olivia didn't have a college degree and had very limited job options, but one thing she had in abundance was strength. She refused to give up. Olivia worked as a home nurse, visiting the sick and elderly. She took care of them, administered their medications, cooked their meals, and helped with whatever they needed. In addition, she cleaned homes and offices. She had no staff, no team, just herself and a small bag of cleaning supplies. She scrubbed floors, cleaned bathrooms, and worked long, exhausting hours, often late into the night. Some clients were kind, others were harsh, and a few even refused to pay her fully. Yet, Olivia never stopped. She worked through fatigue, through illness, even through the heavy burden of heartbreak and despair. At night, after her work was done, she would quietly watch her children sleep. She would gently kiss their foreheads, hold their little hands, and whisper softly, "I love you." All she wanted was to give them a better life, a happy life, something she had never truly known herself. But life was not finished testing her. One rainy evening, after completing a late shift as a nurse, Olivia was walking home with Emma and Ethan. The storm was relentless. The street was dark and deserted. She held both children close as they hurried along the slippery pavement. "Mama, I'm cold," Ethan said softly. "I know, sweetheart. We're almost home," Olivia replied, tightening her scarf around him. Then, in an instant, a sudden flash of light, a deafening crash, and everything went black. When Olivia opened her eyes, she found herself in a hospital bed. The ceiling above was painted a soft blue. Machines beeped rhythmically around her. Her entire body ached. Her head was pounding. Her throat was dry. But one thought consumed her completely: her children. Where were Emma and Ethan? With trembling lips, she whispered their names. A nurse approached and gently reassured her, "They're safe. They're right here." Tears filled Olivia's eyes. Moments later, her 2 children ran into the room, crying and hugging her tightly. "Mama," they sobbed, covering her face with kisses. Olivia herself broke into tears. Then, more news came, and it was harsh. The doctor informed her that she had a broken leg and would need surgery as well as complete rest. Panic gripped her heart. She had no time to rest. Who would pay the rent? Who would feed the children? As if that wasn't enough, she learned something even worse. During the accident, she had stumbled into the front of a luxury store, shattering the glass display. The owner demanded 25,000 rupees as compensation. She had also lost all her cleaning supplies, which she had borrowed from a friend. In that hospital room, Olivia collapsed, covering her face and crying. Her children cried too. She had reached her limit. She had no strength left. No hope remained. Then, something remarkable happened. The very next day, Olivia's story was shared across the internet. People read about her struggles, saw pictures of her and her children, and felt her pain. Strangers from all over began offering help. Donations started pouring in. Messages of support arrived continuously. Kindness flowed toward her like a river she had never expected. A few days later, Olivia received a phone call. A deep, calm voice said, "I heard your story. I want to help." Olivia hesitated. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice trembling. "You'll see soon," the voice replied. 2 days later, a group of people arrived at the hospital, carrying flowers and warm clothes for Emma and Ethan. Then, a young man walked in. He sat beside Olivia and smiled warmly. "You don't know me," he said gently, "but I know you." Olivia was puzzled. "Why are you helping me?" she asked, tears welling in her eyes. "Because I can," he replied simply. Olivia began to cry. I don't even know what to say. You don't have to say anything, he said softly, taking her hand in his. The young man, whose name was Adrian, and his team paid all of Olivia's hospital bills. She owed nothing. But that was only the beginning. A few days later, Adrian took Olivia and her children to a beautiful house. This is for you, he said. For me? Olivia whispered, unable to believe it. Yes, he replied gently. You don't have to worry about rent anymore. This is your home. Olivia sank to her knees, overwhelmed with emotion. Her children hugged her tightly. Is this real? She asked, her voice shaking. Yes, Adrian replied. It's real. Olivia held her children close and whispered, we finally have a home. Later, Adrian asked Olivia, what is your biggest dream? Wiping away her tears, Olivia replied, I want to open a salon. A few months later, that dream became reality. Olivia opened her own salon, becoming a proud, independent businesswoman. She was no longer just a struggling nurse or a cleaning lady. She was strong, confident, and happy. Olivia never forgot Adrian. He had changed her life and taught her a profound lesson, even in the darkest moments, kindness can find you. There are still good people in this world, people who care, who give, and who transform lives. Olivia had started with nothing. But with courage, hope, and the generosity of strangers, she found everything. So no matter how difficult life may feel, never give up. A brighter, better tomorrow may be closer than you think.